Dreams, the unconscious, surrealism, free association, they all connect at the same source: Sigmund Freud. The father of psychoanalysis, Freud is so much a presence on our mental map that most every current thinker needs to repudiate him before staking new territory. This is the man, and his mind, from his masterwork The Interpretation of Dreams, written in 1900. Dreams are not to be likened to the unregulated sounds that rise from a musical instrument struck by the blow of some external force instead of a player's hand. They are not meaningless, they are not absurd. They do not imply that one portion of our store of ideas is asleep while another portion is beginning to wake. On the contrary, they are psychical phenomena of complex validity. They can be inserted into the chain of intelligible waking acts. They are constructed by a highly complicated activity of the mind. Most of the faces have a very nice red carpet reorientation ramp, which leads to the Nexus face. According to Travel, we're able to get to 3 other faces, including that one over there. In order to do that, we need to actually use this lever here, and it will rotate right or left. It's a very strange sound for rotation to actually do. Now you might want to take a look at the floors of each of the cubicles here, because it might give you some information that might be helpful to you. Because we have a puzzle that's just immediately coming up.
Oh, hi! You're here to get the bridge repaired, right? I've heard great things about you. Maybe you could put in a good word for me with the bureau chief. I'm long overdue for a raise. Anyway, this is a secure area. It includes the Office of Pre-Approvals. That's where you need to go with the proper document. But I'm sure you knew that already. Well, here are your entry cards.
Welcome to the security face. There's a lot here, and it starts with these security entry cards. One thing I'm not going to show off a whole lot is the inventory space, because it's actually not used a whole lot. It's really only here that you need to pay attention to what your inventory looks like. We have our bridge repair form on the right, and our cards on the left. We're given 2 blue, yellow, and red cards to start off with, and you'll notice for entry into each cubicle you need a different amount of entry cards. And you receive different entry cards as well. So in this case you get 1 blue to put in, and you're given back 1 yellow and 1 red. So if I were to do that, I would get 3 yellow and 3 red in total in order to go to the next cubicle. But I'd only have 1 blue card to work with. This is how the puzzle kind of works. The Department of Pre-Approvals is inside of this face, and we need 3 black cards in order to get to it. But there's only a few different places where we're actually able to get black cards. You also need to manage each of the different colors to make sure that you don't get stuck. Luckily, with most of the cubicles other than the middle one, which will be covered a little bit later, you are able to exit the security face and try again. The other thing I'm not going to be doing here and saving for, well, another time, is actually talking with everything in each cubicle. Because personally, I don't want this video to be 20 to 30 minutes. So now we have 1 of each card. There's where the Department of Pre-Approvals is, and we need 3 black cards in order to get to it. So here's what we kind of need to learn about the Bureau Dream as a whole, which we've been seeing a little bit, as we've been going through very subtly. This puzzle actually more or less teaches you to be a little bit defiant and take advantage of your situation right here, specifically this area. In order to make sure you have enough cards in order to continue through, why not abuse the system? For every 1 blue card, I get 1 yellow and 1 red, and then I give up that 1 yellow and 1 red to get 2 blues back, which means that I'm actually getting more cards than I'm actually giving. And to be honest, the amount of cards you're able to see at the very bottom only go up to 4. So technically I have 5 blue cards right now, but it's not able to actually display that properly. Blue cards are actually very important as we're going through the cubicles. There we go, let's put in here and actually move forward. You can actually have as many blue cards as you really want, but it's pretty much you having a total of 6 blue cards and then making your way over to where you can actually get your black cards, which are over here. Here's another one, and we just need 1 more, so why don't we head back the same direction? We have some extra cards left over, but it doesn't really matter. Here we go, the Department of Pre-Approvals. Perfect. Hello.
Well, hi there. Y'all found me. Good for you. Can't get approved until you get pre-approved. And listen, sorry about that Easterner and bridge repair. Talk about an accent. Sheesh. Anyway, hon, let me see that document. Well, looks like everything's in order. Stand back. That information about your friend Max can't be far off now. I hope it comes in time. Just take this little old stamp thing across the way to immediate action. They'll get right on it. Love to help you, hon, but there ain't nothing more to do here. Now it's all up to immediate action.
I've done my 1 roll. There isn't any more that I can do. And that's the end of the cards as well. Whatever cards left over just disappear. There's a lot more that can happen depending on what you do, but that'll be saved separately. Paying no attention to this. Especially when we can miss some context right here, as we can't get into the cubicles anymore.
Oh, it's you again. No raise? Well then kiss these cards goodbye. And don't even ask what people are saying about Max. Just run along to your little bridge in your bureau, Chief. I'll just sit here and starve.
There's just some co-workers that you just can't work with. But we don't need to stay here anymore. We need to make use of our time.